Wow, ladies and gentlemen, AMC stock doing much better than what some of us would have thought. AMC is up over 2.5% today. Now, this might change by the time you are watching this video, or just depending on when you are watching this video. But right now, AMC stock doing pretty good. Now, here in this video, we're going to be going over why this could be a good sign of things to come next for AMC. Why starting a new year could be a very bullish thing for AMC. Comes down to tax loss harvesting, the way people invest. And I think this is pretty exciting. And I think kind of this outperformance today, this big outperformance today of the Russell, the broader indexes in AMC, is a sign of maybe what we're going to talk about here in this video. This outperformance that could be to come, or just this relative strength that we might start to see with AMC. We're going to be going over some leading indicators as well. What happened in treasuries today that is also pretty good for AMC, but also good for the broader markets. Now, on top of that, we're going to look at the StockTwits indicator that I have been using as of lately. Go over any and all news we might have for AMC stock. Just a general kind of where are we going next kind of video here. And all of the data you need to know will also be talked about, discussed here as well. So hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you guys think about this information down below in the comment section. So first things first, AMC stock outperforming big time today. AMC stock is up over 2.5%. That is great news. AMC stock currently is at $6.25 per share. Now, you're a little bit too close for comfort still to that multi-year low at $5.93. So by no means are we out of the woods. Are we in the clear? That's not what I'm saying. But what you are seeing today with AMC is great news, right? This is better than not. Now, there's really no rhyme or reason for why AMC stock is doing well today. But what I will tell you, what makes sense to me, it's quite simple. AMC stock, anyone that bought the stock basically ever is down on their positions, right? Basically, literally ever, right? The lowest that you hit back in, 2021 was even $10.35. You're at $6.23. So everyone's down in their positions. Hedge funds, institutions, retail, does not matter. What happens towards the end of every year for stocks? You see a lot of tax loss harvesting. You see profits taken some places. You see losses taken other places. Considering nobody has a profit in AMC, considering everyone has losses in AMC, you probably did experience a little bit more tax loss harvesting. Maybe that offset some of the gains we might have otherwise seen, right? What I mean by that is the markets themselves have been going basically straight up. IWM, I mean, it's been pretty vertical, right? Maybe AMC stock has just been held back because of all of the losses people have, all of the tax loss harvesting that likely took place. When you think about it in that perspective, that makes a lot of sense. If there was just so many people with losses that literally everyone that has losses, I mean, that makes sense to me, right? So, pretty interesting. Nonetheless, I think that's something that I haven't thought about yet. Just relative to other stocks. Like, look at any other stock. It's probably not trading at, all-time lows. It's probably not, okay? So, definitely something that has had an effect to AMC. Definitely. No way that it has not, essentially. So, yeah, that's something that I think will no longer be a problem, right? Starting in January. Maybe even this week. Because if you are a hedge fund or an institutional investor, you have settled your books before Christmas. You are during your holiday vacation. You don't want to be worrying about your positions. You don't want to be worrying about your portfolio and what's going on. Most of Wall Street isn't even in the office this week. Stocks are just doing what stocks are doing, right? There's no rhyme or reason to what's going on right now. I don't think this week means anything for 2024. You could continue to rally this week. Small cap stocks are continuing to rally. Most people are not in the office though, so this really doesn't mean too much. Now, starting in January, what you might see is some people opting to take positions in AMC because the risk to reward is favorable, right? Like, what are the odds you continue to lose money? Well, if AMC CEO Adam Aron continues to dilute shareholders, well, that's a problem. We know that would be a problem. And that would be, I think, the number one reason why people would stay away from AMC. But if maybe you don't expect too much dilution, or you expect, AMC is going to perform well fundamentally, it could make sense to buy, some positioning in AMC. Maybe even cover on short positions could make sense at these lower price points, especially as we are expecting more money to go into small and mid-cap stocks in 2024. It's no secret small and mid-cap stocks are going to outperform mega-cap tech. Like, the IWM is going to outperform the SPY or the triple Qs, right? There's no question on that. It has been recently, and it will continue to at a much larger scale in 2024, especially once we start to get rate cuts and, we ultimately avoid a recession, as I believe we will. All of that's going to be great news. So, what could happen? Money could flow into AMC. Shorts could cover on their short positions in AMC. Those are very bullish things for AMC. Now, again, just money going into IWM for that matter, or for the Russell ETFs, Russell indexes. It's going to pull money into AMC regardless of if people don't like AMC or not, because AMC is grouped in those ETFs, those indexes. So I think that's something that I personally have not even thought of in this kind of sense, that maybe AMC's just been underperforming because of all of the tax loss harvesting. Maybe AMC stock is outperforming today and was even, green yesterday by a little bit because of, the books have already been settled, right? AMC's more up to retail investors right now. The direction we go in is more dictated on retail investors that are less likely to do tax loss harvesting. So if you wanted to sell AMC, point is, you already did that. Now, heading into 2024, I think that opens up the door for more buyers to head into AMC. Could I be wrong? Of course I could be wrong. I could be super, super wrong. But I don't think so. Now, does that mean AMC stock instantly goes to the moon? Probably not. It would, personally, in my opinion, go to the moon. AMC stock would do very well if Adam Aron came out and confirmed we're no longer going to see dilution. Is he going to do that? Probably not. I would argue he should have done that already, and he has not, so that might not happen, right? That's just maybe being too optimistic. But with that being said, if it does happen, that's where I would expect bigger, way bigger upside gains. All Adam Aron has to do is say, we're not going to dilute shareholders at least till the second half of 2024. I don't think that's too much to ask. Send him a message on X. Post him in a post. And let's see if we can get that thing done, because that's exactly what we need. Now, let's go over what's happening in 10-year Treasury yields today. 10-year Treasury yields down almost 7 basis points today. That is, of course, helping things out. The 5-year Treasury auction did also help things out as well. The Richmond Fed manufacturing data came in really bad, and -11. Estimate was -6. Richmond Fed manufacturing shipments came in at -16. Estimate was -9. So that is what is, having this effect on 10-year treasuries. Now, if we look at the implied Fed policy for next year, Let's see where we are. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rate cuts is now officially being priced into our markets for 2024. Now, what you really want to be watching for right now is, do we price in 7 rate cuts because a recession is coming? Or do we price in 7 rate cuts because inflation continues to fall, right? That's the important part. If inflation continues to fall and it looks like it's no longer a problem, 7 rate cuts is fantastic. If we price in 7 rate cuts because it looks like we're heading into a recession, that's a much bigger problem. So definitely want to be on the lookout for that. This is the first time, though, we have priced in 7 rate cuts for 2024. This is going to take Fed funds rates by December, this time next year, down to 3.5% to 3.75%. That's at a much more comfortable level. You could be looking at, mortgages at 5%, potentially even in the 4s at this point next year, which is kind of crazy to think after being at 8% just not too long ago. Now let's take a look at some of the data for AMC stock. Here with the short interest data, you have a 9.38% short interest of free float, $141.83 million worth of short positions, 1.14 days to cover, 23.21 million shares that are currently sold short, shares out on loan 17.43 million, cost to borrow 1.17%, utilization of 24.52%, and a short score of 52.31 out of 100. Take a look at the option activity. It does not look like we have any specific numbers for today, but if you take a look at the volume on the call side, 86.47%, volume to the put side of 13.53%, put to call ratio today of 0.16, so like 5 times as many calls being bought compared to each put. And that's why I'm saying, AMC's performance today, I think the stock is really up in the wilms to how retail investors are feeling. Now let's take a look at the stock twit sentiment tracker here. Sentiment is extremely bullish at 94. Message volume today is normal. So that's good. What I really want to see is sentiment where it is. 94 is great. Extremely bullish is fantastic. But I want to see message volume extremely high as well. If you get extremely bullish sentiment, extremely high message volume, that is going to potentially be a sign of larger upside to come. If we get another day like today, I wouldn't be surprised if both the sentiment and message volume trackers are looking where they need to be, and that could set us up for a very strong 2024, or at least the start of a strong 2024. I think the rest of the year highly depends on the business fundamentals, but more importantly, whether or not we get dilution. AMC stock is already trading on a fundamental basis. The retail aspect, the retail enthusiasm aspect of AMC is no longer really a factor in AMC at this point. So yeah, definitely what we see for the start of January is usually a pretty good sign for what to expect by the, entirety of the upcoming year. This is really not an AMC specific thing. This is well known in the marketplace. A strong January tends to mean a strong year. A weak January tends to mean a weak year. So we'll see what ultimately does happen. Although, I'm not expecting anything too crazy. I do think in the beginning of the year, in 2024, as long as the rest of this week goes as planned, AMC stock could, find itself in the $8, $9 range again at some point in January, if not in February. And then where we go from there, well, depends on Adam Aaron and what his plans are with dilution. So let me know what you guys think about this down below in the comment section. Hit the like button as well as subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. I will see you in the next one.